Phyllis always looks happy to see me. And unlike others, she has human reactions. She's appalled when I say something appalling, like the time I was in the men's room and the moth flew right out of my pants. And when I say something funny, like the time the moth flew right out of my pants, she laughs. Because we haven't been living together, she always at least pretends to be listening. You can't expect that from anybody. So I'm kind of in love with her. Which is okay because you're supposed to fall in love with your therapist. According to Psychology Today, the aphorism perception is reality is a very common observation. However, many fail to acknowledge the difference between the two. For while reality is defined as the state of things as they actually exist, perception is denoted as merely a mental impression of what one witnesses. Such a logical fallacy poses serious dangers for society on an intellectual and emotional level, hindering us from accepting reality as it is, rather than what we want it to be. If we cannot recognize the truth in front of us, we may see debilitating consequences unfold not only on ourselves, but also our loved ones. We Have to Stop Now, by Andy Christie. Well, one day my girlfriend and I were home and we had only been living together for about 13 years. We were watching TV and talking about our future when she laughs and says, "Oh, forget it, you'll get married when hell freezes over." I stop and say, "I never agreed to that." And she laughs because, it's a funny line and she has a great sense of humor. But after that, the conversation kind of fades away and stops. Because it's time to talk, which for me means it's time to talk to a mental health professional, which is when I find Phyllis. That's why I'm here. I'm a 53-year-old man who, after 16 years, was still calling his girlfriend his girlfriend. 3 days ago, the last time I saw her, her hair was brown, and now it's red, so I guess she's a redhead, and there are these glasses and bottles with ice there. She wants to have a drink with me right now, in the middle of a session right here in her office, which also happens to be her living room, which means there is also a bedroom here someplace. I am on the verge of a massive therapeutic breakthrough. Phyllis is probably about 50, like I am, just because she remembers and forgets a lot of the same things I do. But she looks a lot younger, she's tiny, and kind of pretty. So she's young enough to inspire my fantasies, and old enough so I don't have to feel like this midlife crisis cliche. It's the best of both worlds, really. But the attraction isn't really a physical thing. I just think we make kind of a nice couple. Shortly after the hair thing, I noticed she started losing a little midriff belly bulge. It was like she was working out, maybe. So Phyllis is in her chair on the other side of the coffee table, and she's looking at me funny. And I'm looking back at her funny because in the middle of the coffee table is a bottle of Maker's Mark bourbon. She's my therapist. She knows what I drink. And she's wearing a little more makeup than usual, enough so I can notice. And I'm trying for one guilt-free second to just forget my girlfriend back at home and imagine Phyllis squeezed next to me and ask, "And how do you feel about this?" See, with the whiskey bottles, I feel like it's my move, but I'm not much of a mover. I'm more the shaker type. She says she's not saying we have to stop our work right now and hands me a list of other therapists in case I decide she can't help me anymore. She asks if I want a drink, and I say, sure, if you're having one. She says, oh, I know the whole whiskey thing is totally unprofessional, but I've been struggling with a way to bring this up. Oh, I know what's coming. Oh, I know it's going to be big, and suddenly I am terrified, so I sit back and I let her start. She pours the drinks, looks at me for a while, and says, I've been sick. I'm in the middle of a course of chemotherapy right now. You must have noticed me losing weight. I can't say anything. I'm frozen. I'm shocked. I'm ashamed about what I was expecting to happen. And I can't help it, but I'm disappointed. Every time she shows up with a new do, she asks me how the change in her makes me feel. Like maybe she's doing it for me. So I spend about $20 worth of therapy telling her how great she looks. And for the first time, I see how thin she's gotten. Her pants hang from thin hips, so when she walks, the material barely touches her legs. And when I hug her, it feels the way I imagine it would feel hugging a duckling. Her hair doesn't feel soft. It feels coarse and artificial because it is. It's a wig. They all were. Then a little while after that, I stopped bumping into her other patients as I was walking in and out of the office. I wasn't avoiding eye contact with Mr. Handsome with a chiclet-sized cell phone anymore, and that was okay with me. I didn't think he belonged in therapy anyways. And after a while, it was just Phyllis and me. Then her place was like our place, and now she wants to pour cocktails like we're some old couple. Now I say, when have you ever helped me before? And she laughs. And it's great because she gets one of those human looks. And she looks happy about it when I say, I'm not going anywhere. We go on every Monday and Thursday. Every once in a while her hair changes, but I stop telling her how nice it looks. Well, because then she'll think I'm looking for changes. Because I am. And a little while after that, I stopped asking her how she feels because I just want her to feel like nothing has changed. So she sits there being dissolved from the inside by chemicals. And I talk about how my girlfriend left the dishes for me to do again. Then she leaves a message to cancel an appointment. I keep calling back for a couple of days until I got a phone call from this man. I learned she's married, and without any other preamble, he says she died the night before. The next day, my girlfriend is ready to go to the memorial with me, but I tell her, go to work instead. I'm fine. I didn't want my real life and imaginary life mixing up in the same room. I saw her for almost 3 years to work on this problems I had because she was so real. The list of therapists Phyllis gave me the day she told me she was sick had 6 names on it. And they were all men. And I thought with my last shred of fantasy, maybe she couldn't see me being with another woman. But now I know that she knew. And I want to tell her that I can see that and that we can work on it now. But I can't. Because it's too late. Our time is up. And we have to stop now.